Hello everyone, today we have an interesting video. Doki Doki Literature Club. Not Plus, I didn't play the Plus version. I never thought that I would play this game. But I heard some things about it, so I played it. And can I just say, it is absurd. It is genuinely one of the most unique, experiences I've ever had in a game ever. Now, just do keep in mind that this video does contain spoilers and does basically spoil one of the entire endings. So if you've never played the game, this probably isn't the best video to watch. But if you don't care about spoiling it, then go ahead and watch it if you want. And also, I'm not going to talk about the entire game. It's mostly just going to be talking about the choices I made and the ending. So if you want to play the game or you want to see, someone else play the game, just go watch another video. Or play the game yourself. I'm pretty sure it's free on Android and iOS. I think it's also free on PC, but I could be wrong about that. Now, one last warning. If you're under the age of, I think it's 17 or 18, don't watch this video. There's some very disturbing things that happen that probably aren't meant for kids to see. And just to clear something up, I beat this game in about 3.5 hours across technically 3 days. Alright, now let's actually start talking about the game and the choices that I made. So first off, here are the 4 main characters, and I'm assuming you can romance 3 of them, or romance, I guess you could say. You could focus on 3 of them. That would make more sense. And, well, I chose the purple hair girl, as I'm assuming many others did, and that is possibly the worst choice, just based on what happens later. So yeah, in most choices, I just picked her first, like in the poem things, I just chose to show her mine first, and then in the first big choice of the game, I chose into her favor. So yeah, here was a choice where you pick between Sayori or Yuri. They have very similar names, geez. And, well, I chose Yuri because, once I saw her, I knew I was going to stick with her, So yeah, I took the option to stay friends with Sayori and maybe tried to romance Yuri, but as you'll see here in a second, that is not what happened at all. Okay, now please, I am warning you again, if you are under the age of 17 to 18, click off of this video. You probably just do not need to see this. It's not safe, but I want to make this video because I think this game is great and more people need to play it. So after choosing this option, this happened. Now I'm not entirely sure if this can be shown on YouTube, but basically she took herself out because of my choice. Rest in peace, Sayori. Boom, the end. That's the end of the game. Actually, no, it's not, because if you clicked on the video, you probably noticed that it's like 30 to 50 minutes long. But basically after that, the game prompts you to load a game or start a new game or click on this mysterious button, so that's what I did. And then it basically restarts the game as if Sayori never existed. It also showed me this random poem, which you can pause the video and read if you want. But basically, I just focused on Yuri again to see what would happen because now I was curious. So yeah, pretty much just every choice still was focused more into Yuri's favor. And second time around, boy did I realize I was wrong. Just read that there. That is totally messed up. And then this, like what is she even saying here? Well, actually, this is Natsuki speaking, and you can look at her mouth. Like, this game has just very weird glitch moments. That's, obviously intended, but it's just very weird. And then here, I was in the thing where you pick the options for the poem, and then this happened. I don't really know what's going on here, but that's certainly something. And then here, I have to cover it up, but basically she was harming herself in the hallway. And then this was just another random screenshot that I took because the screen was red and it looked weird and it threw me off, but yeah. And yeah, now we're back to Yuri being an absolute just psycho and weirdo, and I don't really even know what else to say. This is just messed up and not right in any sort of way. And then here is after I gave her the poem, she said this, which is just also very weird and not something you should say to other people, frankly, but yeah, I figured I'd include that just to make her look even weirder. And then this is certainly something that I would never have thought of, but is very, very weird. And then this is the poem that she gives you, because in each thing you exchange poems, and then it's just covered in blood, like it's sick. It's just nasty. It's nasty. And here's another secret poem, I guess you could call it. And no, I didn't just crop it wrong. That is actually how the poem looks in the game. It's cut off on the end there. And then this is after it showed the part where she had hurt herself. But she just goes on like ranting, saying weird, very, very obsessive things. Like no normal person, especially not considering these people are, probably 15 to 18. These people should not be saying things like this. It is so weird. I don't know. I don't know. Like, this is a very, very mentally painful game, I guess you could say. And if you're reading these words, then, well, not yet, but here in a moment. Okay, here. If you start reading here, this is where it starts to get really, really weird. And like, you can look at her eye, you can just look at her face, and she looks crazy. I don't know, man. Like, that's sweet, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And then there's that, it's kind of like heartwarming, like she just wants to stay there and be alone with you, and then she threatens to hurt herself again. And then here Monica starts to like phase into the picture, which looks really strange, because up until this point Monica hasn't really been like interactable, or you couldn't really like choose her to do anything with. And then she sort of just takes over the game here in a moment. And then Yuri just actually insulting them for no reason, and then saying that we can be together forever after saying some pretty vile things, some not okay things. Very strange. And then this is where, like, I thought everything mentally painful that had happened, this is where it was standing on the ground and it had jumped to the moon with this. It put me in a reCAPTCHA to select pictures of Monica, and I was so confused on what I was doing, but I was just picking the pictures that I thought was her, with no no recollection of what was about to happen. I had no idea what was about to happen, but I was just doing what the game had told me to do, and I thought this right here was one of the most outlandish things I've ever seen in a game. Maybe not ever in a game, but I just never thought I would ever see a reCAPTCHA in a game before. That's insane. And then you pick your poem or whatever, and then they start cussing all of a sudden, which was like pretty random. And then they all start fighting over me, and it just, okay, it feels fan servicey, first of all, which I don't really care about. But I just felt like I had to include this, because if you played through the first part and then thought the game was over, you're missing out on like 98% of the, I don't know if I want to say charm of this game, but the messed upness of this game, and that's what makes this game good. So, and then boom, me and Psycho Lady are left alone again, and then she said for me to not go to Monica's, and then that I should just go to hers instead, which I actually would have preferred if she hadn't gone absolutely insane, because I don't know, but she's crazy now. I'd rather go to Natsuki's place than hers, and I did not like Natsuki in any sort of way. I think she's the least interesting character in the game, personally. But like, she just says weird things. Like, that's not okay. And then I said yes, because like, I didn't want her to do anything wrong, but I had clearly made the wrong choice. And if you're wondering why you can't see 80% of the screen right now, that's because she is taking a weapon and inserting it inside of herself, if you understand. Now, I think this is okay to be being shown, but this will just help you understand more on why I had to cover the screen up. But I think just it sitting here like this is, well, not okay, but like I don't have to cover this up because it could be inferred as an accident, maybe? I don't know. But I was sitting here clicking through this part, like I was just spamming the button for so long, so I'm gonna speed it up a bit because it was just unnecessarily long. Like this was 2.5 minutes of clicking, and I have it in 10x speed right here, and it was still 20 seconds long. That should say a lot. It was an insane amount of clicking, but I thought maybe it would show something important, so I just kept doing it. And then I was right, because Natsuki comes back and she sees what happened, and then she throws up. And then here comes Monica, everyone's least favorite character until now, because she's about to do something crazy. But she deletes the character. She just deleted Yuri. She just deleted her. She doesn't exist anymore. And then she deletes Natsuki for no reason. She just went into the game's code and then deleted the characters. That's insane. I don't know what to say. And then it kicks you out of the game. This is what happens whenever you load into the game. It just deleted the characters' files from the game. And then restarted the game. It makes you reopen it. And then the logos look all distorted. And then you're just in this room with Monica and you talk to her. I don't know. It was... I don't know what to say. This game is something else. And then she says that she wasn't talking to me in the game anymore. That she's talking to me in real life. I don't exist in the game anymore. She's talking to Canon, the real human being that actually exists in real life. And then she says that she knows it was all a game. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Whoever wrote this game is a genius. I mean Elon Musk. I mean Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison level genius. I don't know how I haven't heard that much about this game. I don't get it. And then she just says Sayori doesn't exist. No one exists besides her. She deleted everything. And she wanted to make them unlikable, so the way I would focus on her instead. But I mean, who can really blame me? I was trying to stick with who I chose, but that was not the right choice. And then she says that she barely got to talk to me. I mean, that's not really my fault, but then she said that they were programmed to end up confessing me, which is crazy. And then she said it was torture, and then she says not just jealousy. Like, man, I don't know. Yeah, I really do not understand. I don't understand a thing that was going on. Yeah, I do not understand one thing of what's going on right now. I don't really feel like she's trapped. And then she says this. You're real. She's talking to the real person. This is insane. She wants you as the real human being to talk to her forever. It's crazy. And then she says that I probably saved her life because the game wouldn't exist, or I wouldn't have known that this would happen if I had played the game. So technically, yeah, I did. I don't know, man. This is just unreal. I did have to witness some pretty messed up stuff. That it is all just some game and that I would get over it. And then she says, I'm in love with you. Yeah, okay, sure you are, buddy. You just deleted the entire world's existence. You just deleted the game, basically, from my entire phone. And then wants me to go with her. And then the only option is yes, because that's the way she coded it. She coded into real life that the only option you had was yes. Forget breaking a fourth wall. This is breaking a fifth wall. The only way you could not experience this is if you just deleted the game off of your phone. And I'm convinced at this point that if you did that, the game would re-download onto your phone on its own, and then she would get mad at you because you deleted her. But she would reinstall herself and then get upset at you. I'm genuinely, I would not be surprised at all if that happened at this point. I don't know, man. This is just actually unreal. It's unreal. Yeah, you're overwhelmed with emotion. Yeah, you have no idea. You have genuinely no idea. Oh, and then look, we're back in the game. We have to write another poem. But the only options are Monica. And Monica and Monica. And Monica and Monica and Monica. And then Monica, Monica, and Monica and Monica. I think that was 20 times. Could be wrong about that, but I think I said Monica 20 times. Yeah, this just looks unreal. This doesn't even, if you click on a game in the App Store and it's called Doki Doki Literature Club, you would just not expect that this would happen at all. It's actually crazy. Yeah, and then I wrote a good poem for her, and then she, I mean, obviously I wrote it for you, and I guess you can say that's sweet if you want to, but, you're totally falling more, okay, whatever. Oh, and then look, she wrote a poem for us. That is, actually not that bad. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice and sweet and fine and dandy. Until you remember that you two are the only thing that exists in the entire world. Or in the original world, but in real life. She's not even... Actually, no. She's the only thing that exists in that world. And she's talking to you, the real you. It's just crazy. It's just... You should look... She broke the fourth wall. I guess you could call it. No, you certainly did that. You certainly did break the fourth wall. Yeah, you didn't want to ruin the game. Well, you did. Might even deleted my character file. That's unreal. That's unreal. No, actually, I'm not. I am not ready for that at all. And then here is, it starts what I guess is known as the Monica loop. And it is technically her infinitely talking to you about random things. But apparently after about 1 to 2 hours, I think it's 1 to 2 hours. That's what I read on Reddit or something. That she would run out of things and then the cycle would repeat or restart, and then it would just continue to go on infinitely, which is crazy. So that was my experience in DDLC, or Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, if I had to give this game a rating, I don't think it's fair to say anything below a 9 out of 10. I think a 9 out of 10 is the lowest I would give this game, just on how unique it is. And then the actual story is all right. And then I guess the choices do impact the story quite a bit. So I think if I was being honest on giving this game a rating, I would give it a 9.2 out of 10. But the rest of this video, the extra 10 minutes, is me just clicking on the Monica loop, not knowing it was a thing, but I had to look it up to confirm that, yes, it is a real thing. Oh, also, if you tried to save the game, it says this. There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. That's crazy. That is just actually crazy. But that's going to be all for this video. truly an incredible experience. Something that is beyond comprehension. Maybe not beyond comprehension, but is actually insane. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye. And if you want to stick around, you can watch like 10 minutes of the Monica loop. Enjoy that.